Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and the connection you share with each other. Today's reading is going to focus in on roughly the last 24 hours of this connection. So I will be pulling some tarot on their general thoughts and feelings over that time frame. Maybe an important event has happened within that time period, or your gut just told you to do a check-in on this person. However, whenever this reading found you, it is intended to be timeless, and I set that intention that it would find you when it was meant to. So let's see what's been on their mind the last day or so here and how they've been feeling about you. Okay, so first up we have the King of Swords. We also have the King of Cups. Something about maturity, maybe growing up, leveling up has been on their mind. You know what I'm seeing here? This person has been thinking about like the contrast between emotional coldness and expressiveness. That's interesting. We also have the Seven of Wands. They want to find a good middle ground. You might notice, and now I have like a really powerful ringing in my ear going on. You might notice this person shifting a lot between maybe being very emotional, very expressive, and then completely cold, closed off, almost distant and stoic. They seem to be acknowledging that there's some sort of, I'm trying to figure out the right way to phrase this. They really struggle with finding a middle ground within themselves. Like your person may really have a tough time with emotional regulation and emotional intelligence, and they've been thinking about that. I think your person really has been in this mode of self-reflection, maybe because they notice it's been impacting you and your connection, because they want to make it right. There's something about them wanting to make amends to you, wanting to reconcile, reunite with you. And also they're determined to find a middle ground between being overly emotional and completely closed off and unemotional. I don't know. This sounds like an interesting character to me. Just make sure this person isn't playing like hot and cold games with you. I would say setting, boundaries is really important always, but especially if this person is like, bouncing back and forth between hot and cold, because sometimes that can be an indicator of like a toxic connection. So I would just say, just be mindful of that. From what I can see in the cards, it does seem like this person is aware of that pattern. Maybe they just have mood swings, or they've been going through a really difficult time lately. Based on what I'm seeing here, they seem to have been thinking a lot about ways that they can make that situation right, because maybe it's been confusing you or throwing you off, because one minute, they're showering you with praise and love and affection, and then the next minute, they're not answering their phone for 5 hours. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's exactly what it has to be here, but from your person's perspective, they've been thinking about it in that way. Like maybe they are acknowledging now that some days they're really warm with you, the next day they're kind of cold, and maybe they don't even know why they're doing this. They seem to be in some sort of a self-reflection mode over the last day or so here. Maybe somebody pointed that out to them. It could have been you that pointed that out to them, or maybe a trusted friend or family member did. I don't know if I showed this to you or not, but I just pulled it a second ago. It's the Page of Pentacles. To me, that's an apology, and that's an offer for change. So they've also been thinking about ways that they can maybe make that right with you and become more stable, a little bit more balanced in this connection. Let's see what their next moves towards you will be. Whoa, that was the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Noted. Okay. Let's get a couple more cards out. This person's next moves, please. Queen of Swords. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. All right. And then one more, please. The Three of Wands. Okay, good. And they did want me to also see the world, so I'll make notes of that as well because it ties in with the message here. Let me show you guys the cards, and then we'll chat. So this person's next moves towards you, I think their intentions are to be honest about this, like the thought pattern they've had over the last day or so here, because they have come to the realization that what they're doing with bouncing back and forth towards you is not cool. Maybe it's hurting you, it's confusing you, and they don't want to do that. This person genuinely does not want to come across with mixed signals, but they're also practical, okay? So I see this person is going to come in and talk to you about this. They're also going to show you with their actions that they want to make a change. They want a fresh start and they want to turn things around here with you. They know that this is coming in the future. And what I mean by taking a practical stance is that they know that these changes aren't necessarily going to happen overnight. Your person isn't delusional. They're not going to give you false promises that magically everything is going to be a-okay and they're not going to go through these mood swings anymore. But they're going to take some practical steps to get better at regulating, okay? Regular communication, maybe reaching out to you more, telling you when they're not in a good space versus maybe just shutting out. I really get a strong indication that this person is the type that just shuts down and shuts out when they get stressed or when they feel like they're under pressure or their emotions just build up to the point where they almost feel uncontrollable to them, good or bad. They kind of just shut down because it's almost too much, and they might be willing to start working on that with you soon, okay? But they know it's going to take time. They are committed to this goal of better regulation, but they're not going to promise you that things are just going to change overnight. They do see it happening in the future, but it's going to be kind of like a slow process for them. So I really feel like this person might just be feeling a lot of pressure in their external world, like outside of this relationship, this connection, situationship, whatever it is. They might just be feeling a lot of pressure. Like this person could be having family drama, or maybe they have a lot of added pressure at work right now. They've been assigned extra assignments, or they've been having to work overtime or more hours than they originally planned on. Maybe they're going back to school. I don't know, but I really have a strong feeling that this person has outside pressures to this relationship, and that could be adding to their sort of like, I guess, emotional dysregulation is what we're calling it, okay? That's why some days they feel like they're on cloud 9 and they're happy and they're connecting with you and everything feels good, and then the next day they're like shut down. It could just be because they're overwhelmed, or they had extra things come on their plate at work that day and it's like too much and they feel like they literally just need to shut down and kind of go emotionally cold because they don't know how to process it. Like, that's the type of person we're reading on. This is such an interesting reading, you guys. All I can say is, you know, you can't do a person's work for them. All you can do is your work and set your boundaries. And if you feel like this person is playing games with you, personally, I don't think you should tolerate that, because there's tons of fish in the sea and you deserve somebody who is willing to show up day in and day out for you. But from what I'm seeing in the cards here, this person does genuinely want to make a change, and they're thinking about how to accomplish that slowly but steadily over the long term. So let's actually do a check-in on what's coming next for this connection then. So not necessarily what's coming in from this person, but what does the connection look like in this next chapter with each other? Okay, we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, the 6 of Swords. There may be travel coming in, or movement. Doesn't have to be the case though. They also just said the rainy days are over. Okay, it almost looks like this is rain underneath the rainbow in this card. Okay, good. So there is a big change coming in this next chapter. Things are not going to stay the same. If it's felt like hot and cold or up and down recently with this person, I do see that changing. The stagnant energy is going to lift away. It's going to clear out. That energy of not feeling satisfied, not feeling like things are going in a progressive direction, that's going to go away. I do see a big change coming in for the better. The rainy days are over, so to speak. I think a lot of these blockages are going to be lifted. One more card. Oop. Yeah. But again, it's going to take time. I don't think this is necessarily coming in like tomorrow or next week. Back of the deck is the 10 of Cups. There is hope for a future with this connection and with this person, but these changes are going to take time. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming out again. So it's not going to happen overnight. If you want to remain with this person or in this connection, it's going to require patience for both of you, from what I can see, because these changes for the better are going to be very slow. It's going to happen over a longer period of time. It's going to be sort of like a little by little situation. And honestly, it's probably going to require a lot of honest and upfront communication from both of you. So, that has to be something you're willing to sign up for here. It's going to be a slow process to get into a more regulated state, but should the two of you stick it out and commit yourselves to making these positive changes, I do see a lot of promise for this connection. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. I'm going to leave this reading here and hop into your personal messages now. These don't have to relate to the connection at all whatsoever. So take them how they resonate with your life and your energy. You got the Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Beautiful. And if you've made it this far into the reading, drop a peacock emoji down below to let me know. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you join us. This is your affirmation of the day. I'm going to read this to you and then hold it up again so you can comment it, read it out loud, do whatever you would like to affirm it with me. I wake up today with joy in my heart and clarity in my mind. That would be a good morning affirmation. This is an amazing affirmation to help you start your day feeling energized. Make a conscious daily decision to have a great day. Yeah, like I said, this would be a good affirmation to start your day with. So if you feel like you want to jot it down or something like that so you can wake up and say it right away, you're welcome to. Even just waking up and saying, today is going to be an amazing day is a good one. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you for joining. Have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.